1993 Toyota Tercel rear brakes. A variety of tools that I'll be using to get to it. 21mm lug nuts, 4 of them. Break them loose, take the tire off. Yes, I've got a little ribbon for this, but a little screwdriver and a hammer to get this cover off, since you probably don't have the proper tool in your toolbox. And all this grease is a cotter key. Wipe some of that loose. Outer bearing. We're going to get the seal off. We can put this back on. Use the nut to grab the inner bearing and pull that seal off. It's actually in there pretty firm. You can see it's coming off though. You'll likely need to replace the seal. You do want to do this because usually you do want to pack the bearings. Okay, I have never damaged a bearing before, and some would think that maybe it was even damaged before. Hard to say, but this outer bearing casing got a little bent. I don't know if you can see it on here on the video well, but so we're going to replace this. So for this other bearing on the other side, I'm going to go ahead and use the more right tool for the job, seal puller. Pull the seal out so I can check out the bearing, see how good or bad it is. But all I can say, in my 20-some years, I've never damaged a bearing before using the nut to pull off this, like I said. So it happens, and so I'm going to show you how to do it with the right tool. But you don't always have all those tools in the backyard, do ya? Yep, so there's no issue with this bearing, so we'll replace the other one. Got a nice little bearing press to put new grease in there, in the bearing. If you don't have that, take some grease in the palm of your hand and then work the bearing around and try and push the grease into the cracks there until you see grease coming out the other side. Just keep doing that, and you can do that by hand. New grease. Okay, we have our drum is all cleaned up. Got the new bearing in, or the bearing in there with the grease. Got the seal installed in there. Just held it in place and used a hammer. Just held it in place with one hand and used a hammer and tapped around. Got it down in there, so we're good there. Now with the drum, if you take your car for a test drive, and if your emergency brake works, you can pull on the emergency brake going 40-50 miles an hour, pull up on it a little bit till you feel it grabbing, and if it's pulsing in your hand, then you should probably have the drums machined. These are looking awfully smooth and good, so we're not going to machine them. But if there's any questions, go ahead and take them to a machine shop and have them machined, or a shop with a lathe, and get them turned so they're smooth. So this is about ready to install. We have our other bearing greased up, ready to go. We're going to go ahead and turn this adjuster wheel so it's in all the way. Right here, we're going to turn it so it comes down. There's a little lever in the back. You can probably hold that lever back away from the wheel so we can turn it. Got it mostly turned in. Just a good look at everything, hopefully. Do usually have some special tools for brake jobs like this. It's usually a good idea to clean up these little spots where the shoe rides and put some lubricant of some kind on there. We'll clean this up as well. The shaft, just like to lay stuff down how it's supposed to look. We'll just transfer these parts onto the new one. Just have to remove the C-clip here, a little screwdriver. So in our box of new parts, we got these new pieces. Just basically this piece right here. Just using some horseshoe clips instead. So we'll line up the right shoe here. Looks good. Just put the pin in. So we've cleaned everything up in there, and we got some lubricant on the spots where the shoes ride.